Hi everybody, today is Friday, December 16th, 2022, and this is Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie, episode number 13. Lucky 13 for Julie.
Yes,
her lucky number. Baker's dozen for me because, to be honest with you, this time of year, I'm all about the baked goods.
Yes, indeed. So excited to be here after our little hiatus we took.
Yeah.
So we've got a ton of stuff to show you and share with you. And this is really an overwhelming time of year. So the last thing we needed to do was decide what to wear. So we decided we'd go with our house coats.
Seemed like a good day for a pajama day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't do jammies in public, but this'll do. This'll work. Zhuzhed it up a little bit so we have, you know, some presents.
I hate to break it to you, but this is in public.
Oh. No, because no one else is in here but us.
Right, but it will be public.
Oh, thanks. Well, good thing I put undergarments on then.
Always good.
Always good. Always good.
We want to thank you for joining us today. It's been about 4 weeks. We apologize for being away, but there are several life events that have made it so that we have to be away for a while.
Yep.
We experienced a death in our family. We lost our father-in-law, my father-in-law recently. So a lot of emotions and things that frankly just have to be taken care of there. And we both had loved ones that are very close to us that haven't been well.
Yes, Tom's mom has been in the hospital more times than she's been out. So we're always thinking of her as well and wishing her the best.
Yeah.
And hope to have her home for Christmas. She was here for us, with us for Thanksgiving. But it was just not the time to do a video, but we are here today.
Yeah.
God only knows what's going to happen.
I'll try to pull it together and be a little less, how did you call Randy? The last time we were together, but I can't promise.
Well, my daughter thought you were in rare form. She goes, there she is! She was wondering how many episodes it was going to take for Jane to appear. Yeah. So, love you to pieces, and we extend our sympathies to you and your family on the death of Franz. So, let's get this party started, because today's your day off.
Yeah, I took the day off so that we could spend some time with you. So thank you for joining us.
Yep.
If you're new here and seeing us for the first time, welcome. We're glad that you're going to spend some time with us. If you like what you see, which we hope you will.
Yes.
Please take a minute to subscribe and share and hit the like button. And if you are a returning member of our family, it's great to see you again. We've missed you. Thank you for all of your kind comments. We really do enjoy reading them and interacting with you that way. We feel like we're really getting to know you.
And I reread some of them, and it just made me feel a little closer to everybody during this time off. So
yeah, absolutely.
So
action-packed today. We've got some cross stitch, some Hardanger, some previous fully finished things. We pulled some things out of the bins of no return that we have to share.
A little bit of finished parade we'll have. Yep.
Yeah. So let's get started.
And a new room. Did you already mention that? I need to pay attention.
So the room probably looks a little differently. It's not that hideous color purple anymore. And we are filming in a different part of the room. We'll have to see how this goes. We're going to try to do it without a lot of extra lighting. We're hoping the white walls will be kind to us that way. But now that it's been painted, this is going to be a used, lived-in room. So don't be surprised if in the videos you see pieces of real life. I mean, I'll try to make sure that there aren't any dirty clothes laying around or beer cans or whatever.
I'll do a sweep.
It may be.
I'll do a sweep when I come.
Julie, I'll have to come early.
I noticed she's got this darling little Christmas tree in the corner that you can't see, that we're going to have fun this afternoon putting some ornaments on that. I see that's reflecting in my glasses, but that's okay.
Holiday reflections.
Yes.
It's the time.
It's the at least they're not twinkling, so I would be.
We don't have to give a seizure warning during this video.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe we should, but not because of lights.
No.
Just because
and
I'm not for everyone, and I do trigger some people. So.
Oh, I love you. Oh, I think it's great. So, of course, no script at all. So we are going to ping pong around today, and I think that's going to keep you on your toes. So what shall we start with?
We could start with whips.
Okay.
Notice I said that normally this time.
No.
Whips.
Who are you? What did you do with Jane? Well, Jane, I think that's your trademark, so you better...
I am going to try to conduct myself with a little decorum today.
No. We don't want that.
Sigh.
I was going to say that's not what the people want.
Let's start with some whips. I do have kind of a cross-stitch whip, but some.
Okay, well, let's see what you've been
you all
on.
remember Shepherd's Bush come Tarry. Beautiful sampler. Okay, you guys, I am kind of ashamed to show this, but I actually did make
kind of looks like a
little progress.
Scroll.
Yeah. And I did one specialty band right here, which is like a herringbone, and then started this band of specialty. Why does that seem so far away today?
I don't know.
That looks good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. So just a little white, kind of long-armed herringbone cross-stitch, and then the long stitched flowers.
That's beautiful.
Underneath. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And the rest of the things that I worked on were all Hardanger. So we'll have a Hardanger update later on. And there are some exciting things there to share in the Hardanger update.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is my...
Well, you also had a hideous weeks at work for year end. So...
Getting ready for 1/1, that's like the Super Bowl in healthcare. So
yeah, that
gearing up for that.
Yeah, I did do a fair amount of stitching and finishing, and
you did do a fair amount of stitching and finishing while you were working.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I did come over here one day and sit with you. Well, she was in a meeting, and my head was ready to explode. There weren't enough M&Ms in that jar to tie me over, so...
You know, this sounds really bad. But my sister is also here visiting. It's always great to have your sister nearby. I ordered 6 or 7 containers of adult chocolate from the Droolin Moose.
Oh, I was wondering where
and they arrived on Saturday. Today's Friday. It's almost all gone. Plus,
I'm jelly.
Plus a box of hot tamales and a couple of boxes of dots may have been harmed before the filming of this video. It's terrible, and I have to keep saying to my sister, I'm diabetic. Like, you can't have these things near me. She's like, well, I don't want them next to me. So they're over on my end near my chair, and they call to me, oh, you know, your breath is probably a little bad from the coffee. A couple of hot tamales. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And then when you're an insomniac, you know, my doctor told me, at night your brain runs solely on sugar.
Oh, good Lord.
And so if your brain is overactive, like your liver is producing sugar. And I'm so like, my brain is like an unruly toddler, high on sugar, and my liver is giving it more sugar. So then in the middle of the night, I'm like, I'm awake, I might as well have a snack. Oh, look, there's malted milk balls.
Sugar!
It's terrible. I should be going to diabetic prison.
Detox.
Oh, it's awful.
When you wake up from that sugar coma, it's going to be a brand new day.
Probably a different year.
Oh, my God.
Oh, anyway.
Oh.
But I know you've got some beautiful things that you've been working on. So you can bail me out from this ramble.
Well.
And share.
I am doing, because I have a finish that I'll show you later, which made it possible for me to do a new start, which is the Peppermint Pals.
Brenda Gervais with my needle and thread.
Yeah. So this is
He's so happy.
as the merry old soul was the stash Santa. This is a stash snowman. So I'm just using stuff that I have because you know why? I don't have. Oh, I don't have classic color works. That's not. I know you've got a big selection of those. Big selection. But I don't, so I thought, you know, I'm just gonna make my own.
You're gonna shop at home.
Well, how can you screw up on a snowman? He's white or oatmeal. So this is what I've got done.
Oh,
I can't
believe how much progress you've made. Like you just started
I just wanted to get that little hat on. I just thought that's the whole thing. Of course, I had trouble. I was watching Netflix, so I had trouble counting. It's kind of hard to. I can't say, can I? Okay, I'll just continue. It's hard to count during watching orgasms. So his head is misshaped, which I think, look, I think we should start over. I apologize
I'm
for being...
trying to be good. I'm just so
But you know you're watching, whatever show you're watching into, and then it's like, oh, that's over 4 instead of 3, and you don't think it's a problem until you get to the edge and you can't...
Why isn't this lining up?
Yeah, why isn't... And I thought, I am not ripping out all the way up to the first row under his hat.
No.
I don't know about you girls or guys out there stitching, but I'm not going to because he's a snowman and no one's going to know he's off center. And so now I'm going to have to just watch reruns of Friends and Seinfeld when I stitch so I can count. It's terrible. So I did this.
Iron Chef Japan, you won't have that problem. I'm just telling you.
I don't think I can do Iron Chef Japan.
We'll test it this afternoon while we're uploading.
You know what I want to do? I want you to show me how to get the British baking show because I did like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's...
They've got a new season of the holiday specials out now.
Okay, but is it Hulu or Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix. See, we've got them all, but we can't remember what is on what, so we have to log into everything at night. It's not fun getting old.
You need a matrix. You need a scorecard. Some kind of
I'm like a matrix.
Cross-reference.
I need a list. So,
I've seen you do those. You can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I might. I wonder if I have this.
Well, I'll soon be finished with it. If you don't, you can borrow it.
I love the way the bird's looking at him like, dude. Gonna share?
Yeah.
Kids?
I'm looking forward to getting down to his pants. Working the plaid. Okay. Moving right along, here's the Red Deer sampler.
Oh, so beautiful.
I did a lot on the Red Deer sampler. I finished the deer. Who else?
He's got eyes now.
Who is also off
he's
one
no
stitch.
longer He's no longer blind.
Yeah. I did the lower part of the flowers and there's a substantial amount of green here, just like he's sitting on a little bed of grass. And then I'll probably scroll up. I do have one more of this tiny little bird that has to go over here, but I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, so I'm just going to highlight it on the chart and come back
highlight
to
it, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I know what else I was going to say, and maybe I'm not the only one that thinks this. But when you're stitching with oatmeal or white or ecru, don't you just find it hard to make them seem as perfect as when you're stitching them with red or black? Or
I don't know what it is about the white, but it's one of the reasons I haven't worked on a Tisket to Tasket very much because there's a lot of, it might even be roasted marshmallow that's in there, but it's a white. And those stitches look awful compared to and I'm like, I'm not doing anything differently. I don't understand.
It's just not, it's not a forgiving color.
No.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Because as you can tell, I'm not very good with my words or thought process today. So I better be a better girl. So, But that's what I've been working on because I had 2 pretty major finishes. And I got my tree up.
And what was the eyelet count on your tree?
Jane got me going on that. I got the tree up. It had it has 2,000 lights, and it has 213 ornaments on it. So I did an eyelet count. I made sure I wrote everything down. So
oh my God,
it is very pretty. I think I'll
gorgeous.
put a picture of it in our Instagram.
Yes, please.
Yep, I think I'll post that. And like I said, everybody's tree is beautiful. I love your tree in your living room. I just love everybody's decorations for the season. So, so now what do we do?
Lots of great progress.
Yeah, I think that's what I had.
Do you want to show your wonderful finishes?
Well, see, this is where we're going to get all mixed up because we have finishes, we have just fun stuff to share. We've got delightful deliveries that flap over into other things. So, can I show my trees?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
I have a couple of things.
Oh.
As much as I'm crazy about beads, I'm also crazy about buttons. I did these a couple of years ago where you take a styrofoam cone, and I covered mine with fabric. And, of course, there's got to be a popsicle stick involved in order to have it go into the candlestick.
Did you eat the popsicle beforehand?
No. I don't care for popsicles. Dove's bars are one thing, but I buy my popsicle
Or the Haagen-Dazs ones with the almonds?
Yeah,
oh.
So, but that's just all beads or buttons from my button collection. So I have that one, and then reaching backwards here, I had another one
beautiful.
that I told Jane if she'd like it,
yes, please.
she can have that.
Thank you very much.
For her. So that was kind of fun. That's the one thing I love. I put a little rose on it.
I was going to say, look at the rose on the top.
A rose button on the top. That's one of the things I like about when you go through all your Christmas stuff, is you go, oh, I forgot I had that.
Yeah, you find treasures.
Oh, that's where I put that. That's what I hear. That's what I said the most this week.
It's the best kind of scavenger
well, there
hunt.
it is, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that was kind of fun to do. So, why don't you show your Hardanger show and tell, Angel, and then we can set that off aside so she doesn't get injured. Even though it's Hardanger.
Okay.
Okay.
I did, let me show the pattern first. A while back, a Hardanger Angel. It's this pattern by Emily Bishop. Emmy Bishop.
Yep.
And there are some beautiful variations, one of which I've done.
Did we do this as a class?
We did it as a
teach
class
this?
at your house. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And here is, oh God almighty,
The finished piece, which
the
is,
finished angel.
we took her out of her domed glass.
Like Snow White.
Yes.
And I'll hold her so closer so you can see some of the detail.
She's on the piano, and won't that look stunning when you finish your piano runner?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
Hardanger piano runner.
And then she's got wings in the back.
She is just beautiful.
It's one of those things where there's been enough time that's passed that I can't believe I stitched it. I look at the stitches and I just think, I wonder who did this for me, because I certainly couldn't have done it. But it's one of the things that I'm most proud of that I've stitched. So yeah, there's my
and she's
Christmas
out
angel
all year.
Yeah,
just in all her
I
beauty.
can't bear to put her somewhere.
I have one.
Yeah.
And I'll put her out over here behind us.
Okay.
I have one, and it's boxed up, and it's put away for whoever finds that. Because I had it in my hutch for all
What
those
room
years.
is it in at your house?
It's in Bella's room.
And
It's in the bassinet table.
And what color is the box? Just, I mean, I'm just asking for a friend.
It's a cardboard box, and it says Hardanger Angel for Jane.
Okay, thank you. I just was checking just to make sure.
But I used to have it. I have to scooch a little bit. I used to have it in my china hutch. And then when we got rid of the hutch, then I boxed her up all in tissue. And
so she's just resting.
She's resting for whoever may want to take her home in the future. So that's that.
Excellent.
Now what shall we move on to?
Do we want to move into Hardanger Heaven? Or do we want to show finishes?
Let's show Jane when we redid this room. In order for it to be painted, we had to put everything in the closet, and then I came over one day and drug everything out of the closet, reorganized, and we got the bin of
no return
out. And the pictures that she has
lo and behold,
all of them wrapped in bubble wrap, just sitting there. So we pulled out all of the snowmen and winter type things, and we thought we would do just a little whip parade. I said, why don't we save half of them for our New Year's Eve episode? And she said, because I thought for that episode we will show
finishes from the drawer of no return.
Are winter related. So I said, okay, we'll just do, we don't have the books
I didn't
to
pull the
show
books.
you.
I'm sorry.
But I said they're so beautiful. It really was just like Christmas, opening them up.
Like visiting old friends.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So let's take them out, and I've got them stacked in her chair.
So this one is Shepherd's Bush Snow Day.
Oh, isn't he
And
cute?
the kit came with the mat.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So that was great. So these are all just kit fabric and kit fibers. And this, like I said, this one came with the mat. So that's Snow Day. This one also came with the mat. This is called Santa's Fill. And if I remember correctly, or as the chairman would say in Iron Chef Japan, if memory serves me correctly, this is Santa's Fill. This was a shop exclusive.
Oh.
So the only way you can get this one is to call Shepherd's Bush, talk to one of the wonderful people there.
Recently, or?
This one is fairly old.
Yeah.
But I think it's still on their website, so they might still have one or two.
And that's got a painted mat.
That's got a painted mat. This one is Bent Creek, and this is Noel. This is an older one too.
I love how that snow just sets off the swirl.
Yeah, it's all about the swirl.
Yep, I love the swirl.
Yeah, so that's Bent Creek. I'll put those back over here for safekeeping. And then this is also a Shepherd's Bush.
We need to get some of these on the wall.
I can't remember. Snow Child, Shepherd's Bush. This is a kit. So kit fabric, kit fibers, and the little accoutrements, little buttons that go on there. Love that. I love the colors.
And the suede mat.
Yeah. And then this one is called A Winter Man. Also kit fabric, kit fibers. How can you be mad and look at a snowman? I don't think you can.
No. He just makes you smile.
Don't remember the name of this one.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we used to have a friend of my mother-in-law's that loved cleaning houses. So she would come to our house every other Friday. And I love that lady, beautiful lady, just such a wonderful soul. But she was very thorough in her cleaning. And I worked a half a day one day on a Friday, and I came home, and she had the vacuum cleaner, and she was vacuuming the front of all the stitched pieces. And so this one is missing a few beads. They were in the vacuum
nearly
cleaner.
had a stroke.
I was like, you know, moving forward, you don't need to touch the needlework. I appreciate it, but maybe not so much. I believe this is another Bent Creek.
Love that.
Yeah, I love it too. I love the frame.
I was going to say,
like a fireplace, like a mantle.
I really like the frame.
Yeah. With it.
It's red.
Yeah.
I like
the
that.
best kind of weathered red. And then no idea. Shepherd's Bush also came with the mat in the kit. So kit fabric, kit fibers. Another great hand-painted mat by Jill Rensel, who does a lot of the Shepherd's Bush finishing.
Yes, beautiful.
And then this one is Shepherd's Bush, and this is called Joyous Noel. This is an older one. And I think this is actually a chart. I don't think this was a kit. But the chart, and then you could buy the sheep button. I just love that colorful sheep button. He's so sweet.
Very nice.
And then this one, I think, is an Erica Michaels. And
So clever.
This is one of my favorites. The chart came with this is actually a knitted sweater. And the chart came with the sweater. I don't think it came with the fabric and the fibers. But the sweater and the buttons came as part of the kit, part of the...
Such a beautiful collection
Isn't
of
that
things
amazing?
that were in a bin. So I think we're going to have to choose one part of the room where we can have just like 3 spaced nails where we can switch out for seasonal things, you know.
Or we could just cover the walls and have them out all the time.
Oh, we could.
Winter corner, Easter something, or we could just all go back and live in the bin.
No, they aren't going back in the bin. I promise you, they will not go back in the bin. Just say no. No.
So yeah, so that's my finish parade.
I love it.
My winter and Christmas related things.
It was really fun to go through them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There might have even been some that you'd never seen.
Yeah, there were several
because
I hadn't
as soon
seen.
as they were done, they went in the...
They went right back in.
They went in the bin. Oh, look.
Well, I told her I could
Might
fix
have to repair that.
Yeah,
A casualty.
a casualty of storage.
Bin of no return.
Yeah,
It's a risky place.
Yeah, so next
Risky place to be.
episode we will be having a little finish parade from the seasonals winter that are in that bottom drawer.
The drawer of no return.
Yep, and we'll get those to the to the framer, my frame guy. I'll go and pick some frames out, and we'll have a video conference for that. So, well,
That'll be fun.
this is a laid-back episode for us. I seem like. Must be the calming of the room.
And the sound of the fan.
And the sound of the fan. We have to have a fan. You know, bathrobes aren't really the coolest things
I don't know,
to sit
maybe
in.
that's what's making us chill. It's just
We're
we're still in the, I'd like to have some toast and coffee mode.
Yeah, I told Jane I wake up like this every morning.
Tom's a lucky guy.
Like a housewife of the 50s. You get up before your spouse and zhuzh yourself up and then quickly back into bed. Like Mrs. Maisel.
I kind of feel sorry for my husband because I don't look like this when I get up. And I mean, I don't either. I'm not even wearing makeup.
Well, which is just criminal. If I could just have flawless skin and
it's not flawless. But every once in a while, I'll do like I'll actually try to look like a girl. I mean, whatever. Sometimes I put out an effort. Every time, it can be the most minimal amount of like eyeshadow and like a lip color, and I'll come up from around the corner, and my husband will say, "Oh, trick or treat." Washcloth.
Take it off.
Why bother?
Well, your brooch is courtesy of Bella. Bella and I were shopping, and she goes, "We could give this for Jane to wear on her robe."
I like it.
Yeah.
And speaking of things that are gifts for us to wear, delightful delivery from Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, she sent
Christmas
us
tree earrings.
these crystal Christmas tree earrings. They are adorable. Oh,
and so sparkly.
Thank you, Sarah, from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. Oh, how we adore her. Thank you. I think they go well with her.
Come let us adore
Yes,
her.
yes,
Come
yes. How wonderful.
adore her.
'Tis the season. No words needed.
Come let us adore her.
That's your. There's your personalized Christmas gift.
Here's your earworm for the day.
We'll have the link to the recording at the end.
The vocalizations of Jane.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing.
What a goof. So I did have, I'm going to kind of jump into something was a delightful delivery, but it's a gift for you. So I have a friend that I have known for several years, and she does bags.
Oh,
and
look at that.
I saw this bag, and I thought, I need to get that for Jane because it's snowmen.
Look at that.
Isn't that just...
Oh, I love snowmen so much.
And it's blue, because she loves blue. So this is the large bag, and it's got a button closure, and it's nice and roomy.
Look at the festive fabric.
And right here, it has you can write your project on there, and then you can slip it. I took it out. No, I shouldn't have done that. Here, okay. You can slip it in there with what the project is. So when you're looking, you can just go, oh, that's
what a great idea.
That's my Santa Stash project. You don't have to undo it and open it up. So you can just put that in the little clear pocket.
You can also put a snack in there. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this button.
Oh, didn't you focus in on that?
No, look at that.
Cute? Yeah.
Oh.
And then she's got like a thread. I don't know what she calls them. It's a
thread keeper?
A thread keeper or a thread bed, whatever her name is.
Which is different than bedhead.
Yes.
What I have today.
So that closes with a little Velcro closing. And then as a little little thank you, she sent, she also makes, they snap together however you choose. I guess I'm, the four corners snap, and it's a little tray for
M&Ms.
or cookies. No, she said you could actually put it on your table at your entry, like to throw your keys in or something. You multi-purpose.
Can't eat keys.
No, but your scissors or your orts or whatever. So she has, I think, a large bag, a small bag. She's got a number of things. Her name is Judy, and that's a gift for you.
Thank you.
It's Judy's Project Bags. She does not have an Etsy shop, but she does have a Facebook page that you can, I believe it's a private group, but if you messenger, I don't know how that is when you join, but just say Jane and Julie sent me if you want to look. On Facebook, then she posts all the fabrics that she has picked up, that she's working with, and then you just simply state, I'd like a large bag, but the Facebook page site has all the details on what products she orders.
Oh, and the sewing is amazing.
It is very nice. Very, very beautiful work. So we are thrilled to have got that purchase, and mine is coming. I waited for snow tracks. We got a lot of snow yesterday, and I was waiting for fresh tracks from the mailman. I think mine is between St. Paul and Minneapolis, so I couldn't bring to show you mine. I'll show you what I bought from her, the fabric selection that struck me.
Next time, stay tuned, everybody.
Yes. So that was kind of a delightful delivery and a gift all in one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so kind.
Thank you, Judy. Just a really cool thing. So now, would you like to? You have Hardanger.
I have Hardanger. I have Hardanger Heaven. All right.
Shall we get started?
Let's start. And
over here.
I am very excited to share with you today that I actually finished something.
Oh, no. Get out. How could it be a finish? I didn't get a call, Jane. You needed no assistance.
I tried to be a grown-up, and I released it from the bondage of the fabric all by myself.
Yes, it's gorgeous. Ah, look at that.
Here it is, everybody.
And I did press it.
You did press it. Thank you very much.
But I think we still have a center mark that maybe needs to be, because where you fold your fabric all the time. Remember we talked about creases? So I think after I pressed it quick before the show, but I will steam press it when I have a little bit more time.
Or we can just put it on a roll with the other finished things, and it can go in the drawer.
No, it's going to go, she's got this gorgeous, what's it called? What is that called? It's a small hutch type thing with a
Sophie's going on that.
Sophie's going on there?
Yeah, when Sophie's done.
Oh, well, in the meantime, this little beauty can go up there. It's not going in the drawer.
You're going to be that way about it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful work.
Yeah, thank you. I was very excited to have the finish.
Just beautiful.
And then, you guys,
I don't know how I am for a drum roll.
When we last talked about Sophie, the monstrous version of Sophie, I was still working on those godforsaken eyelets.
Yeah, I know. It was painful.
So one of the reasons I haven't really done much cross stitch is I was bound and determined to finish those eyelets. And guess what, y'all? Eyelets are done.
Oh my God.
I have more gray hair. What's left of my hair from pulling it out is now gray. But yeah, here are
all the eyelets are done.
Eyelets. I have to look through an eyelet to see what you're seeing on the...
It's beautiful.
And I did keep track.
Do I have to do the drum roll?
You may do the drum roll.
I'm not very drummy.
Final eyelet count. It's not a scientific count, but I counted them as I went. 634 eyelets. 634. Read it and everyone weep with me. Gnash your teeth. Just say like, how do you do it? How did she go on? Whatever.
And as the designer, I'm sorry. Gosh, I never counted them. Why would I want to count them if I was going to count them? I would have quit halfway.
You would have stopped. You would have stopped.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so relieved that they're done. And I was so excited about it. And I was anxious to take the next step, which is now I need to start to do the buttonhole.
All the way around.
And then I was like, that's
another big commitment.
A lot of buttonhole.
Yeah.
But so that will be my next thing. So to be in all transparency, you're probably not going to see a ton of cross stitch from me.
Yeah.
Over the next couple of months.
She broke the news to me this morning
I have this piece, which is going to go on top of this hutch that's to my right. And then I have that beautiful runner to go on the piano, and that's been sitting rolled up in a project bag for 10 years unfinished. And I looked at it the other day, and it was another one of those outer body experiences. That buttonhole is so perfect. I cannot believe I did it. So I really want to get those two pieces done before I spend a lot more time on cross stitch. So I'm not saying you won't see any, but you will probably see, that was a lot of alliteration, primarily see Hardanger from me over the next couple of months.
But that doesn't mean that you're not going to still buy cross stitch. I know you. She'll still have stuff. She taunts me. I'm learning about Instagram, and she's constantly sending me pictures of these beautiful things that then I have to go and buy. You know, I have to. Isn't that an invitation to buy when you send me that?
Yeah, that's what taunting is for. If you are really into Hardanger, and I promise I will be better about posting Hardanger finishes and progress photos on our Instagram page. But if you are really into Hardanger, one account on Instagram that I can highly recommend is Hardanger Rebel, all one word, and I will put her in the description box. She does Hardanger, she does white work, all kinds of embroidery, really fine embroidery with pulled threads. And I really enjoy seeing her. She's a frequent poster. I really enjoy seeing her. And it's on days where I maybe need a little bit of inspiration or a pick-me-up or some kind of reminder of how beautiful, you know, needlework can be. I go sift through her
and why
page.
We do it.
And why we
do it. Yeah. Yeah, because one thing about when life throws you all these, I told Jane we should do all the sports metaphors, which I know nothing about, curveballs and flags on the field and whatever.
Personal fouls.
Yeah, there's that. And a penalty box, but that's hockey, that's where you'd stitch, is in a penalty box, I would.
The eyelets did feel like I was in a penalty box.
But when you go through these things, for us to have that comfort and something familiar, even if you're just holding it on your lap, or you're looking through a book, or placing an order, you know, it's retail what we have. And we're very fortunate to have that, and we're super lucky to be able to share it with you, because we all have that same passion.
And I wanted to revisit a tip that we talked about a few videos ago. So we talked about with your Hardanger balls that you get to a certain point and they get like a little unruly. So we talked about how when your ball is full, you would take one of these spool huggers and put it like this. And then when it gets a little, the girth is smaller, that you do this. Well, I found one thing that I didn't anticipate. If you can see, opposite, on the top, the rubber of the thread hugger rubbed the writing off.
Oh, no.
So,
may I see? Because you told me that. So
what I did to remedy is I went and bought some Avery round labels, 5408. And I'm just going to take one of these little round labels, and I'm going to write DMC 822 number 12 on it and stick it over the top.
Over the top?
Of this label.
Will it rub off of that as well, or probably not? Oh, once you've used enough of the, you've reduced your girth. Then I will just do that. To know. Okay. Yeah.
So easy fix, but I wanted to share that with you because I was kind of surprised.
I would never have thought of that. I would have never thought of that. So thank you for the review of the tip. Well, you know, I'm not going to let you do that. It should
we
be
should
red.
leave it because the people that are just tuning into this part of the video are going to be like, what did I miss?
It should be red, and you can be Rudolph, you know, to go with.
Since I'm such a nerd, it should really be.
To go with our Christmas
really be on
episode.
Here. You know, like the white tape that the nerds use? I don't have a pocket protector because there's no pocket. Sorry, y'all. So,
well,
and I spent the last few evenings. What?
Nothing.
I've spent the last few evenings looking through some of my stash of Hardanger patterns, and I have to tell you, I found about 100 things that I would like to stitch.
But you can't. Not until you finish your. Well, you can do whatever you want.
But you can't. Yeah. And I found something interesting happened. Well, it was interesting to me. You might want to get a snack if you're not. Fast forward through this part of it. When I first started doing Hardanger and I would look through all these books, I would particularly be drawn to the designs that just had plain wrap in them and very simple surface work, because I didn't think I would ever be able to do any of the other more advanced ones. And I find that every time I go through those books, there are designs now I wouldn't have looked at before that I think I might actually be able to do that now. Not to say that some of the filling stitches I wouldn't have to create a doodle cloth and kind of practice, but I'm not as afraid or as intimidating as I was in the past. The same kind of happened to me when I first started to take photography seriously. I bought all these photography books, and I would see the photos, and I would be like, oh my gosh, if only I could take pictures like that someday. I'll never be able to do it. And now I look through them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have pictures like that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I too need to pull mine out and revisit them, because you've shown me a couple of things of interest to you that I have some books that I think would complement that.
But I don't understand the butterflies. I was telling Judy a lot, or Judy.
My name's Judy.
Nice to meet
we
you.
didn't introduce ourselves.
I'm Jane.
I'm Julie.
That's right.
We didn't.
Sorry, everybody.
Wow. We are not wearing pajamas. Maybe it's the power of the bra. You know, when we get dressed up and we, you know, maybe that's what, because now it's like.
Are you not wearing one?
No, I'm wearing my everyday one. You know, don't you have an everyday bra?
I just have two, and I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I live my life in a chair. I don't need to have out in public lingerie.
Well, I got a hair in my eye. Yeah, maybe that's what's got us off our mark, is we're wearing different clothes. Good Lord. We're so easily swayed, aren't we?
We're so easy kabooberated, as Julie was last episode. Kind of kabooberated.
I think so. So
yeah, those are my Hardanger updates. Here's
amazing.
Today Hardanger update.
Oh, we need an. I actually have some Hardanger.
Oh, cool.
Are you done?
Yeah, mine doesn't look
Oh, well, I'm not going to show it then. You're going to just compare. Please, you're not a loser. Remember, remember that doily I just made up because I wanted something to get back into. So I did this. And then I decided I was going to put a lace edge on. So that's what all this grid work is you have to lay that. I'm going to do a video. Boy, I'll tell you, after the first of the year, things are going to change. We're going to have our Delightful Detail Hardanger one. We're going to have, you know, what else were we going to do? That wasn't a very good promo, was it? We're going to have so much that we can't remember. One of them is going to be
a cornucopia of content.
That's good. You can coin a phrase like nothing.
It's a very expensive English degree.
I'm going to show how to do, I don't know if I
would
can
love to learn
focus,
that.
the lace edge, and the lace edge is over here somewhere. It's not, it's only buttonhole edge on the corner, but you have to pull the grid work in order to do it.
That seems like a mystery to me, like
and
how
then
to...
I decided to put a gap, fill the gap with picos, because I mastered the plain wrap. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try my hand at picos, because literally my hand shakes, and I thought I'm not going to do anything real in depth. I just want to get in the groove of doing it again, so I have some confidence when I do this delightful detail on Hardanger, which I know Hardanger like breathing, but the my shaky hand has me a little. My shaky hand has me intimidated with my abilities. Beautiful. So yeah, I'll that's what I worked on. Just a little bit.
I love the colors.
Yeah. I think it'll be, it's fun because it's like my confidence builder. So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I did that. Excuse me.
Oh, look, everybody, we're still recording.
Oh, that's wonderful. The power of emptying your trash on your camera. So what do you want to do now? Can we talk about our journals? Shall we? I told you we were going to do that. Don't look at me like that. Don't you have your journal?
Oh, that journal. I thought, oh, this is kind of personal. We're talking about our journals.
Looking at me like
what are you talking about? I don't let anybody read my journal.
I've never had a journal before. It's not my thing. I'll be real bold and say it's just not my thing. I love to color. Bella and I color all the time. But I don't understand it. So Jane was nice enough to gift me a book.
A book of days.
And then she told you show your January. Then it's all about stickers. Oh my gosh, her sticker books are just amazing. They're grown-up hard-covered stickers.
I just started by replacing the first letter.
Well, so then, you know, don't know how to do it. I did that too. So Jane went through and took all her letters, and then I came through and I did some like in March I put a big M and it's got purple, and then gee, could you tell it's Bella's birthday?
Oh,
yeah. So I kind of, but like I went down to get some canned goods out of the pantry downstairs, and I came up like 45 minutes later, and Tom's like, you couldn't find the corn? I'm like, no, I had to look to find an F for February. It sucked me in for 45 minutes choosing just the right F. Okay, now here's where my problem lies. I'm sure you just thought that's a cute F, and oh, I like that M, and you just stuck them on, right?
Yep.
I had a ruler out. I had a ruler because I had to choose one to fit the spot that wouldn't overlap whatever was down below it. And I thought, you know what? I don't think I'm doing this right. I think it's supposed to be spontaneous, not orchestrated to be. So, see, I told you.
You do your book how you want.
Well, I
am pretty sure that I have places where my letter has covered up the day of the week.
Yeah, that's what happened here. There is no Sunday in February anymore. So, yeah, so I thought, well, this is kind of fun, but I'm putting way too much thought into it.
I don't have a Sunday or Monday in January.
Yeah.
But I know that usually the days of the week by heart.
Well, you're not retired. When you're retired, you have no idea.
No, I can't tell you what day of the week it is. But I can tell you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't have to see it on a...
I don't know. We always had hash browns on Sunday morning. And when Tom... Then when he'd go to work, I knew it was Monday because we had hash browns on Sunday. So then when he... This is so stupid. When he retired, I just thought, you know, I kind of want a big breakfast. So on Thursday, I made hash browns and eggs. And then come Friday... We both thought all day it was Monday because we had hash browns on Friday. No, We can only have hash browns. So don't give me
so many rules.
Yeah, don't give me
so
this
many rules.
Monday follows Sunday, because when you're retired, if it works.
That's, whether you work or retired or you're in school, that's how life works.
Well,
there are days of the week and they follow each other in sequence. We just forget what day in that sequence we're in.
I wake up in the morning, and when I take my pills, I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday. Because that's the pills that are there, unless I forgot to take them the day before. It's terrible. That's been the worst part about having Tom be retired, is neither one of us know what day it is. And it's just like, anyway, so.
Sounds like a gift to me.
Well,
every day is Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my God, think how glorious it would be.
So I'm anxious. I'm going to be a little leery about actually writing in here now. But yeah, it's just a thing.
Why? You just write in it.
Well, if I had font-like penmanship, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
If you look at November, there's no pretty font or colors or whatever. And the majority of it is no stitching, no stitching, no stitching, no stitching.
Yeah, but it's perfectly written.
No, that's sloppy writing.
Well, I've wanted to paint my nails since Mother's Day, but my shaky hand never got me past the pinky. They're done today, so you know what my book's going to look all shaky. So I'm sorry about that. But so this is really, do not bend. This is really a big step for me.
I'm excited.
I am too. So.
Are you going to set goals for 2023? Write them on the first page. That's what I did for this one. The very first page, I wrote goals.
Like take the tree down?
And usually it's related to needlework, because it's a needlework enthusiast book. And I was looking the other day, and
But you did.
I made
do some of those.
I did 3. Finish the gratitude sampler and get it framed. Finish Blackbird What Remains, and finish the Buttermilk Yellow Doily.
Those are big accomplishments.
But Sophie, long runner, no. Focus on Hardanger and learn new filling stitches, no. Finish the long runner for the piano, no. Finish the Blue Advanced Doily, never gonna happen. Sew charms on Shepherd's Bush potting shed. How hard can that be? I have a Shepherd's Bush Earth Gatherers. It's the last one. I started it on October 2nd of the year 2002. All I have left on it is a few daisy stitches. It's still not done.
They scare her. The lazy daisies scare her.
Well, not anymore. I'd be able to do, I wouldn't be afraid of them now because I've watched enough YouTube videos and on embroidery or whatever. But what is wrong with me? 20 years it's been sitting there. I'll write it on my goal for 2023. And next year at this time, episode blah, 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 I'll have to move it to my 2024 book.
To make yourself feel better is transfer the 2022 unaccomplished things to 2020.
That'll make me so much better carryover work.
No, then just put a big, beautiful sticker over this and you'll never know. It'll be a brand new. They had some beautiful big stickers and I'm like, where can I put this?
When you bring the sticker library back, then
it's in the living
room. Is
it
really?
Mm-hmm. Because now I decided...
cover up a lot of things in there.
Well, what I decided I'd do is when it becomes the end of January, we could maybe have like oatmeal cake and a sticker day for February. And we could go through the books and we could decorate February together. Because then maybe I won't be measuring and...
Can we maybe have Kung Pao chicken and crab rangoon instead of something sweet?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
I have to change my ways. I'm just saying.
Sounds good to me. Well, I have a...
You have your beautiful finishes you should show.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Buckle your seatbelts, everybody. It just is mind-blowing.
This one was mind-blowing because I had to really think about some sewing skills that I haven't done in many years. And of course, as I found out, it made no bit of difference that my lining was right side up or underneath because it's filled. So I really put myself through a lot more work than I needed to, but I kind of like to make sure I do everything the best that I can.
In honor of a reindeer. I'll put that on now.
So I finished reindeer fried steak. And it looks like this. Here's the sack.
Heavenly days.
And then it goes down into the ruffle, or cinched. And I put some berries and boughs. And then I did the back with the fabric as well.
The fabric is so perfect.
Yeah. And I did put a loop, a little drapery loop, and I tied, because you know, I wanted to hang this. And I put a bag of rice in there. Now, if I know now that I have to store this in an airtight plastic thing with that bag of rice in there, some episode I'll tell you about my, we had some mice, and my daughter had some mice, and they will chew through a cardboard box. They will chew through fabric to get to that rice. They won't with walnut shells, but some of my micro things had like flaxseed, that because they were so tiny, ate right through my chicken to get that flaxseed. So
and did you make the cording?
Yeah, I did. Tom helped me with it because it was a skein of pearl cotton that was a tangle mess. Oh, good Lord. So he was my yarn guy, you know, with his hands to do that. So there is the reindeer. And as much as I wanted to put this on the black dresser in my TV room, I do put my stockings there. Oh. My non-stitch stockings. This looks perfect hanging on the knob of my mom's sewing machine table downstairs. And I did take a picture of it because it was just perfect. And
you'll post it
on
God,
Instagram.
That's beautiful.
Yep. So that's that. Then, if I don't tip over, then this turned out, cramp in my hip.
I have a wedgie again.
My hip has been bothering me so bad, and I'm sitting a little precariously on this stool. Well, I thought I'd just pick it up. Okay. This is my brainstorm for my Stash Santa. Of course, it hangs straight on the cabinet. But he is on a piece of wood. Just paint. Well, the wood started out white. And then I was going to put some red sprinkles on it. And then I painted it green. So, you know, you never know in your head how it's going to turn out. But this is a key chain for keys.
To hang keys when you come in the door.
At Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
And when I saw that, I'm like, I have got to use that in some fashion. So what I did is I had my guy do hook and eye, those eye things, and they're gold, but I painted them brown, and then I touched them with a Q-tip with black so they match the and now what I'm going to do is I can easily take this off. Well, I won't, but you can easily lift it off, and that's where I will put the peppermint one on there.
Oh my gosh, it's genius.
And I think I'm going to put it, being that it hangs on the knob, and I'll post a picture on Instagram because it looks darling on that red cabinet. And I wanted to have his background on the Peppermint pal. I wanted him to be on red, but the cabinet's red. Oh. So you know what I think I actually was thinking about? I threw it on the floor so I can't get it. I might put him on pink wood. Because I picked out a pink instead of a red to be in his candy cane. And then that way it can hang there with for Valentine's Day. When I take my Christmas down on the top of that red cabinet, I put all Valentine's Day stuff, and then that pink would tie in with that. So that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. But it was fun. And you know, when you're creating and you know how you want it to look in your head, and it's not turning out right away, it was a little bit of panic and walk away modes. I was a little frustrated with it, and so a lot of thought, a lot of frustration, but it did turn out just how I thought it would, and I'm really, really pleased with it. So it's fun to create things that, you know, I'm like, oh, cool, this is cool. So yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that's my finishes. I just had those 2 finishes. So you didn't have any finishes other than
no.
Okay. Cool. She makes her head shake. Well, can I do this now?
Yes.
So, you know, as life just keeps ticking by, Jane was going through some tough times.
I was experiencing some things.
And, you know, I thought, oh, here I am feeling sorry for myself. And, you know, you were at home feeling sorry for yourself. And the last thing we needed to do was feel sorry for each other by text message, because I know you don't like to be on the phone.
And here's another big difference between me and Julie. When I am going through some things, I retreat and I turn inward. When Julie goes through some things, she is very, she expresses it, and it's probably a lot healthier.
Yep.
I know it's a lot healthier. So she knew I was going through some things, and God bless her. She's like, what can I do for you and whatever. And I'm like, I just have to.
And it was killing me because I couldn't fix it. And, you know, so I'm sitting, I couldn't fix it. And it was really bothering me. So I had something ridiculously silly happen, but not really. I'll tell you about it afterwards. But I'm like, I just want to tell her this, but you know, she works 10 hours a day, and we don't phone call each other because she's on the phone all the time. And I know in all the years we've known each other, I think this last year we've talked to each other 3 times on the telephone in the 28, 30 years I've known you. That's it. Otherwise, we're with each other personally, or we text message or email. So anyways, I might
have to hydrate as well for the dramatic reading.
If I can get through it. So, to channel my inner mother, who was brilliant with her sense of humor and her way with the written word. I was in the shower and I'm like, you know, how can I tell this?
Here's another difference between me and Julie.
But I'm like, how can I give her the abridged version of what I went through without, you know, going on and on about it in a text message? So I wrote a little story, and I'm kind of, thank God no one's in the room with us but us. And of course now I get a frog in my throat. So it starts out as, and I have to read it. 'Twas the night before decorating each room in the house. No worse timing for my right knee and hip to go out, as I laid there with visions of Santas and trees in my head. The pain so intense I had to get out of the bed. I hobbled, not able to bear weight on my foot, grabbing dressers and door frames. I really was shook. On Advil, on blanket, on heating pad, on ice. I made it to my recliner, which I thought would suffice. I was exhausted by the time I was ice-wrapped and seated. Here's where the story takes a turn, as I soon was defeated. I was fully stretched out, legs up in the air. I pulled up the blanket, totally unaware that the remote for my recliner had slid to the floor. What else could go wrong? I just can't take anymore. I admit I panicked. How was I to get out? Spread-eagled, unable to move, I could shout, but I did not want to wake my sound-sleeping hubby. So I felt the side of the chair, locating the empty remote cubby. Certainly there must be a button to eject. I found one, I pushed it with immediate regret, as it activated the "I've lost my remote" alert sound. I can see it right there. It did not need to be found. I strained and I pulled with all of my might, folded all this grandma goodness in half, twisting left, twisting right. My hip was screaming as each leg straddled the footrest. I stretched and I grunted. I gave it my best. I reached the remote, silenced the screeching alarm, returning the chair to its upright position, causing no undue harm. While sharing this midnight adventure with my guy, he leaned over and pointed out with a sigh, 3 backup buttons on the top rim of the cubby, which were then demonstrated in detail by my slightly amused hubby. Sometimes silly things happen without any reason. Oh, what fun to share stories. 'Tis the holiday season.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh.
It was really dramatic, Jane. I panicked. The pain was so intense.
Yeah.
I walked for 3 days with my cane.
And it wasn't a candy cane.
No. 3 days, and the cane still is by my bed if I need it in the middle of the night. I don't know what I did to piss off my hip and my knee down to my foot. It was horrible. And my new recliners, I thought this would be a great place. Well, not so much. I learned. Put the thing back in the cubby.
Maybe a lanyard.
Well, you sit down. You've got your cell phone. You've got your TV remote. You've got your cable remote and the chair remote. And I never thought that would be a problem, now that I know how to get out. But I'm like, I am screwed, stuck in this thing. And so, anyways, that's what I did. Because I thought, oh, we'll just make fun of that. So thank you for letting me share my story. It was kind of fun. Made you think. So my son was born December 12th. And we were supposed to go and decorate my mom's Christmas tree. I was 3 weeks late with him, and I didn't want to tell her we were in labor, but she was expecting us, so then we had to. And she wrote a beautiful story/poem of the kind of the journey and birth of Christ, along with, because of the holiday season, and what it meant for her to be a grandma, and what her thoughts were of me becoming a mother. So she was very gifted.
And do you still have it?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. Yes, I do. So I put it in his baby book so he would know about that. So it's beautiful. Fun when you can. And this, I was in the shower, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And it just kind of came to me. So I went and typed out and kind of fine-tuned it a little bit, but it was
moments
kind of
of inspiration in the shower.
Yep, that or on the potty. I don't know why that's where I do this thing.
I don't think you're alone there.
Yeah, it's probably because it's the only quiet time we have to ourselves. I swear. So
unless there are toddlers in the house, and then
or a dog that nudges the door open. Yeah. So. But thanks for letting me share that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what do we have now?
I think we have delightful deliveries.
And I mean, is it still Friday? Of course, neither one of us can see it.
That's too far. I would need binoculars.
But the thing is that we've been 4 weeks away, so we'll get back to a little shorter program. But I've got some fun things to share. Would you have as well?
I have a few things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead. You've got them right in front of you.
Okay. Well.
I'll try to work out my wedgie subtly.
struggle. And you've got the bigger stool. She didn't want to sit on that thimble stool again, so I switched. It took us a while to get set up because we had to figure out what our spacing was here. So this is something, remember I bought the autumn one, the Halloween autumn one? This is the Christmas Eve sampler by Joan Elliott. Joan, you are something else. Look at this.
That is stunning.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh, that is stunning.
And I think, you know, being that it's black, it'll go great on my black wall sampler. But it's the fabric.
I was just going to ask.
It's the fabric, and I had not checked what the fabric was. Can you all see that okay? I'll hold it up. It's black, and it's got gold or a yellow color. I think it might. Yeah. What's it stitched on?
It just, the model is stitched on 14 count Ada, your choice of color.
Oh, it doesn't say what the model
The model is pictured on Pole Stitches Designs Daybreak 28 count Lugana.
Yep.
We'll put that in the description box.
That is beautiful.
Wow.
That is beautiful. Yes, and then it's just black, and then with a gold colored floss for the accent.
That is just stunning. Amazing.
So,
wow.
I just had to have that. And then, you know, Jane told me about
Jacob.
Modern folk art. I always call it folk.
Folk embroidery.
Folk embroidery. So I ordered this one. I do have for spring on top of that red cabinet, I have beehives and stuff. So I thought, I did not look quick enough before I left, but on 32 count, it's approximately 6 by 6.5. So I don't know why a part of me thought I'd do this over one and make it tiny to put right next to my, you can smack me later.
I'm like, what, 46 count over one or what?
I don't know, but I don't know why. So, but then 40 count or over one on black. So I was so excited to come here. I guess maybe I was a little crazy thinking that when I...
Well, at least you have a little time to think about it.
Yeah. And then here's what I did. I didn't realize that I had put a pattern, a modern folk embroidery pattern in my cart when I ordered from 123 Stitch. And then I got all caught up because I was watching Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot, and she said, encouraged us to go to his site, which I did, and I just went nuts. I ordered, you know, there are downloads because he's abroad, so they were downloads.
He's a guy.
No,
he's not abroad.
Meaning overseas.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I put a whole bunch in my cart and checked out. I have duplicates.
I do that so many times.
I am so disappointed in myself for not being, something to be said about a list.
Get over it.
Yeah. So I did get this one.
I've not seen that one before.
Well, cool.
It's beautiful.
Check your cart that you don't have it in there.
Right.
You can have this one because this was a download as well. But I thought that would be really cool in black and gray.
Yeah.
I ordered.
He is a genius. He is a creative genius.
Yep.
I'm blown away every time I watch one of his floss tubes or I visit his site.
And what got me was so all into it is I watched a little video of how he designs. Now I dabbled in designing I can't even say I'm a designer next to his work, but how he lays out the balance of the different motifs was fascinating to me. And I'm just like, oh, well, now I have to have this one. So I have this one. Look at that. This was a stitch along that then was released
Not
as a chart.
stitch out of place.
No, but isn't that? Now, I too think this would look stunning on my black wall as well.
Absolutely.
And what was the one Sarah was working on?
Fruits of Plenty.
Fruits of Plenty.
Stitch along.
That one is the download that I need to have printed out.
Oh.
Hers is just exquisite.
Yeah.
And I just went kind of on a
You do kind of almost,
spree.
you almost kind of black out.
Yeah, I was really just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so then everywhere I went, and if I saw his things, I thought, oh, I got to have that. Well, now I know I have to make a list.
Yeah.
I have to, maybe I could put that in my journal.
You could.
I could write which ones I have in January to start the year out. Maybe that's what I'll put in that
That's a great
column.
idea.
Not like I'll ever stitch them. I want to, but I have to get through the Red Deer, and I have my autumn one.
Yep.
What is my autumn one?
Come Said the Wind.
Come Said the Wind. I've got to finish.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Why am I doing
And you've got
these
your
huge
your
things?
spring at
Hawk Run
Run.
Spring. Do I think? Who do I think I am? I'll never finish these, Jane.
Yes, you will.
Oh well. So that's. Oh, and then I got tape. I love that.
That would look good on my glasses too.
Yeah, by So Emma. It's So Emma. We bought the dots. Love the dots. But this is tape. And I thought, when you want to put a longer strip and not use individual dots.
Yeah.
So I'm really anxious to try this out. So it was fun getting that. So that
awesome.
My bin is empty.
My bin has a few things.
Well,
that I
let's
can share.
see. Yes, please. Let's see what you have.
I saw, I think, Nisi Lynn working on this. This is called The North Wind by Little House Needleworks. And I loved the robin. The saying is, the north wind doth blow, and we shall have snow, and what will the robin do then? Oh. And I just thought it was so charming that I had to have it.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Your fabric choice will really make that piece as well.
Mm-hmm. I probably have some beautiful color and cotton. And then this one, not a designer that I've purchased before, Stitches by Ethel. This is called Evergreens and Peppermint. And I thought it was the most charming thing.
Look at that.
Look at the mouse.
So cute.
Sharing the peppermint. Oh, isn't he cute?
I love it.
Oh, I just had to have it. So cute.
Look at that.
And then my color and cotton came for December, and this is called Heirloom Lace. And this is a beautiful piece of fabric.
Ooh, it is.
And amazingly, if I can find it. Look.
Oh, what count is that?
This is 32.
32 with the pearl cotton. That's really pretty.
I was telling Julie one of the things that I would like to experiment with is, Hardanger is usually kind of a tone on tone. Some people use a lot of color, which is beautiful. I would like to find like a 28 count Jobelan that's hand dyed. That's kind of wild. Mm-hmm. And do some Hardanger with it. That leaves a lot of negative space.
I was going to say you'd have to watch the pattern for that.
Yeah. But I thought that color and cotton was beautiful. So yeah, that's heirloom lace. And then here are the colors for December.
I wondered what they'd look like.
Just beautiful. So many blues. I was so happy when I opened the package. Definitely winter colors. Yep. Not Christmas colors, but winter colors.
Well, Christmas was last month. You got the pretty reds and golds and greens.
And then I'm kind of a collector of Hardanger things. And I found a copy of the complete book of Hardanger. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of projects in there, and it shows a lot of filling stitches, which is really interesting. But there aren't really any instructions on how to do the filling stitches. But it's a great reference book. And there are some projects shown in there. So I picked that up at a used seller.
Very nice.
So I'll add that to my collection. And then, because I don't already have time to do the needlework that I already know how to do, let's buy something that's yet another form of needlework.
Let's branch out.
Yep. So I bought this. It's Yvette Stanton, and it's Frisian whitework.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful, and it's a beautiful book. There's a pattern pack in the book. Lots of projects in this book. But what I discovered and was delighted to discover is there are a lot of filling stitches in here that would also apply to Hardanger.
Yep.
And Yvette Stanton is left-handed, so she gives left-handed instructions and then right-handed instructions.
Oh, nice, nice.
So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, this would be a great reference book. So I'm excited to spend more time with that.
Yeah, I told Jane, she sent me a screenshot of that. I'm like, ooh, I'd like to look through that as well.
Yeah, look through it while we're downloading and waiting for lunch to arrive.
Yes. Well, this has been a wonderful...
Are we under 2 hours?
I have no idea. Apologize.
But it's good to be back.
Oh, we really,
Yeah, we really need it.
Hopefully, should life turn our favor, we hope to video on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it will be during the day or during the evening, I don't know. But hopefully we'll have street clothes on.
Yeah.
Do I get to pull out my holiday bra then?
Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever helps me think.
Exactly. We'll put which bra she's wearing in the show notes on that day. The description box will become a treasure trove of things that reveal secrets about us.
Julie seemed to be a little distracted. Let's check what undergarment she has.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we won't go any further than that.
So we will see you again in a couple of weeks, getting ready to ring in the new year.
Yep, Christmas. Yeah. We're baking cookies on Sunday. The girls come over, and we each bake our own. Tom actually makes an Oreo truffle, and he does put on a Christmas apron, and he makes this...
The truffle guy.
Yeah, he makes this particular cookie because there are power tools involved. He has to use a grinder to grind the Oreos, and he really thought, well, I can bake because there's tools involved.
And there will there be a truffle with my name on it? Just one?
Oh, yeah, I'll bring over a little tray of goodies for you. I used to make, I don't know, 20 different kinds of cookies, and now it's like they aren't really the prettiest kind, but they're the tastiest. And that's just what we each have our favorite, and that's what we make. And
I usually do these intricately decorated sugar cookies with lots of royal icing and sprinkles and intricate designs. And this year I decided I needed to take a year off.
Yep.
So no baking for me this year.
But perhaps you and I... we had so much fun when the girls came over. My girls came over here and Jane gave us a lesson in decorating. Maybe we could do that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we could do some hearts. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That sounds good.
Cool.
Well, until we see you again in a couple of weeks, please, especially during this holiday time, there are folks that are out there that are struggling and have a really hard time with the holidays. Please check up on your friends and your neighbors and your loved ones during this difficult time for folks. Please, 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 always remember to give yourself one more day. Just one more day. And until we see you again, we wish you nothing but the best of everything, health, happiness, and the abundance of all the things that make you happy. And we wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah for those that are celebrating. And until we see you again in a couple of weeks, happy stitching, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, really. Goodbye, everybody.
I can't hold my face.
We really
longer.
mean it this time. We're really, no, really, we're going. Stop it now.
Slow your roll. Okay, now wait. Oh, hello.
We're like the party guests. That won't ever leave. Well, you push it then.
Okay. Bye. Okay, now we're going to...
Bye-bye. No.
What do we do? This remotes, they're evil.
Please stop.
Well, I'm going to have to stand up, and I don't even know how we're going to do it.
Look at the blue lights going. Look, everybody. The blue light, it's going.
Okay, so let's say our
Feliz
final goodbye.
Navidad.
Okay, we'll
Feliz
say...
Navidad.
We'll sing our final goodbye, and then we'll have to cut it. So let's pause.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
This is our final
Yeah,
goodbye,
goodbye.
everybody. No, really.
No, really.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.